everyone, and welcome back to Satisfactually Savannah! So today, I'm going to be doing the Walt Disney World tag, kind of. I actually switched some questions and added some and made some multifaceted because you all know I can't just choose one favorite thing at Disney World. It's too hard for me. So it's the Walt Disney World tag a la Savanah style. So with that said, let's get started. Question number 1. When was the first time you went to Disney World? So the first time I went to Disney World was when I was in 3rd grade. It was the summer of 2005, and I don't personally remember a lot of it, but my mother always tells me stories about what we did, and that I had all the Disney princess dresses, and my favorite story that she tells me, and that I actually remember, is that we had dinner with, I don't know if it was in Cinderella's castle at that time, or where it was. I'd have to ask her. But, I got chosen by the fairy godmother to say the magic words, which were bippity boppity boo, and I was so starstruck that the fairy godmother had asked me to open the doors that I forgot bippity boppity boo, and the crowd had to help me because I just was so starstruck by her. And now I'm going to be a fairy godmother in training, and it's all full circle. So, that was the first time I went to Disney World. Question number 2, your favorite park. Well, you all know my favorite park. It's Epcot. Magic Kingdom is a close second, but I have to go with Epcot. Question number 3, what is your favorite land in Magic Kingdom? So my favorite land, this is a hard one. I had to go, it was a toss-up between Frontierland and Fantasyland because I love Splash Mountain. As you guys know, my channel name is Satisfactually Savannah, so I love Splash Mountain and Big Thunder Mountain, but I decided on Fantasyland just because I could spend all day in Fantasyland. The Imagineers did such a great job really theming Fantasyland, and I love the princess movies, so I could honestly spend all day in Fantasyland. In Storybook Circus, which is in Fantasyland, I absolutely love that area. I haven't seen Dumbo in a really long time, but I just love the little gift shop in there and their cute pin board with all the popcorn buckets. It's super cute, and so I have to choose Fantasyland as my favorite land in Magic Kingdom. Question number 4, what is your favorite Disney Resort hotel? This, I think I've talked about this before. Yeah, I did in my Disney bucket list video. But my favorite resort is the Contemporary. So over my different times I've stayed in Walt Disney World, I've stayed at the Contemporary, the Beach Club, the Art of Animation in both the Finding Nemo suites and the Little Mermaid suites, and the Caribbean Beach. So those are the ones I've stayed at personally, and I love Contemporary the most. Question number 5 is my favorite snack. And let me tell you, when I was trying to think of what could possibly be my favorite snack at Disney World, there are so many, and so many different like tiers of snackness. Like, you have ice cream, but then you have like savory things, and I was like, I don't know. So I texted my friend Mariana, who is as much a Disney park geek as I am, and I was like, I wonder what her favorite snack is. And I told her that I had a hard time figuring it out. And while I was waiting for her to respond, I wrote down the Mickey pretzel with cheese, and which I would say is probably my favorite Disney snack, at least. Now, maybe it'll change when I go. And no joke, after I wrote that, she texted me back that her favorite was Mickey pretzel with cheese, and we had a good laugh over it. If you want to check out someone who's as obsessed with Disney parks as I am, Mariana has her own her own Disney Insta, which is Magically Mariana, and I'll link it down below. Question number 6 is one that I added because I really felt the need to talk about it. So, number 6 is, what is your favorite Disney drink? And in this, I mean like non-alcoholic, all good for the kiddies type drink, and it's LeFou's Brew. I absolutely love LeFou's Brew. You could ask my cousin, you could ask my mom, you could ask anyone I know who knows all about my Disney habits. They'll say LeFou's Brew is my absolute favorite. Last time I went, I probably had like 4 LeFou's Brews in like 5 days. It's a problem. It's a good problem, but it's a problem. So, if you've never been to the parks, or if you don't know what to get at the parks, I highly recommend LeFou's Brew. It's in Gaston's Tavern at the back of Fantasyland, over where the Be Our Guest restaurant is. So, check it out. Number 7 is your favorite souvenir, which you guys all know, it's pins. It's pins. I'm a self-proclaimed pin addict, so, it's pins. Ooh, the sun is getting brighter, so, yeah, if the exposure changes, I'm really sorry. It just got super bright. This is Georgia weather. You can never rely on any sort of lighting or sun or anything. So, number 8 is, what is your favorite table service restaurant? So, this one was a really easy one for me to answer. It's the 50s Primetime Cafe in Hollywood Studios. whenever I make travel plans or I'm planning a trip for my family, I always make sure that that's where we eat in Hollywood Studios just because I love it so much. I love that it's like a whole act when you go in there and you're part of the family, and it's just a really fun environment to eat in, and plus the food is amazing. Anyone I take there is like, this food is really, really good. There are a few items that aren't there all the time, but if you're there when they're there, it's amazing. There's this shake that me and my cousin got when we went for my graduation, and it was like a red, white, and blue shake because we went kind of around the time after July 4th, but they still had this as their shake, and it was raspberries, blueberries, and maybe strawberries? I don't remember. But it was so, so good. And so I got one and I let my cousin have a sip, and then she ordered one because it was that good. So I highly, highly recommend 50's Primetime Cafe in Hollywood Studios. Number 9 is your favorite quick service restaurant. So this one was hard. I have 3 listed because I can't choose. I'm an indecisive person, okay? So the first is La Cantina de San Angel in Epcot. So I personally have never been to the La Hacienda de San Angel on the waterfront, but I like the quick service outside part. It's a great way to watch the fireworks late at night if you can get a table, because it's very hard to get a table out there during the fireworks, but if you can, go a little bit early, get some food, find a good table, and then watch the fireworks from there. I'm not the biggest fan of San Angel Inn inside of the Epcot Pavilion pyramid thing. I don't really have the type of food I like to eat, but the outside La Cantina de San Angel is amazing, so highly recommend that. The only thing I would say to be worried about is that there are these birds that flock to the Mexico Pavilion, and they are the one thing that is like at the downside of that quick service restaurant, and they'll just walk around stalking you, waiting for you to like get up and leave your food so they can attack and eat it. So if you're afraid of birds like I am, just be aware. Second favorite quick service that I just couldn't decide is Pecos Bill. Another great one for entertainment, because if you sit at Pecos Bill during Festival of Fantasy, you get a really, really good view of Festival of Fantasy depending on where you're sitting. So that's another great one. They also have some really good food, and I know that the menu changes a lot, but the last few times I've been there, it's been really good. I haven't looked at the menu lately, so I'm not sure, but when I go to the DCP, I'm sure I'll be eating there, so I'll give you an update on if it's still as good as I remember it being. And the third is kind of just like an honorable mention. It's Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe, and I didn't necessarily put this on here for the food. The food's your average quick service food, but I love just being in Cosmic Rays. The atmosphere is so good, and this is another one that has great entertainment options. I mean, obviously, you have Sunny Eclipse, who, like, the king of all music ever, but you can also see the fireworks, at least when it was Wishes. I haven't been back since Happily Ever After, so let me know if it's still the same in Happily Ever After, but I know for Wishes, if you sat towards the window of Cosmic Rays, you could see the fireworks, and you could hear the music, so I thought that was a really good spot if you want somewhere kind of away, and maybe you're still hungry for the night, so you want to eat and then get on Space Mountain right after, since it'll be a short wait time. It's a great place to see the fireworks. Number 10, favorite character meal. So I've been to 3 character meals. I've been to Akershus in the Norway Pavilion. I've been to Cinderella's Royal Table in Magic Kingdom. And then I've also done Chef Mickey's in the Contemporary. I have been to Crystal Palace too. I went there for my birthday. Add Crystal Palace to the list. Okay, so this won't be like an overview of all the character meals because I haven't been. For experience-wise, I'm probably going to say that Cinderella's Royal Table was the best. The atmosphere is amazing. Walking up into the castle is so cool, and I like it. So Cinderella's Royal Table is probably my favorite. For the food, I would say Crystal Palace. The food at Crystal Palace is really good, and I mean, who wouldn't want to meet the 100 Acre Wood Gang? So that was a fun one. Number 11 is what is your favorite ride? And I could just narrow it down to Splash Mountain, but I thought it'd be more fun to talk about what my favorite ride is in each park, since you guys already know Splash Mountain's my fave. So, Magic Kingdom, my favorite Splash Mountain. Duh, okay. Next park. In Epcot, although I love Figment, and you guys know I love Figment, my favorite ride that I could just ride over and over and over again is Living with the Land. I'm not a big gardener. I don't know. I just love Living with the Land, and it's nice and cool in there, and you get to see all the plants, and it's just a fun boat ride. In Hollywood Studios, I'm kind of bitter because it was a great movie ride, but now it's probably Tower of Terror. I really like Rock and Roller Coaster too. That's my brother's favorite ride in all of Walt Disney World, but I'll probably say Tower of Terror, yeah, since they took away Great Movie Ride. And finally, in Animal Kingdom, this was another really close one. I went with Expedition Everest just because I've ridden it so many times, and I don't know, I just love it. I always wait to get to the front of the car, because even though I know that the back is faster, you get some really good pictures sitting in the front of the car. I don't know, I like sitting in the front of Expedition Everest, especially when you go backwards. Oh, so good. So, highly recommend. It was a close toss-up between that and Dinosaur, because I love Dino Land. I think it's so fun. Dino Land's amazing, and Dinosaur is so fun. So, it was a toss-up. Number 12 is, what is your favorite show? And this is another hard one. Can you guys tell I'm indecisive? I'm really indecisive. So my favorite show is probably Finding Nemo the Musical and Animal Kingdom. I just think it's such a good show, and the music is so good. But the, like, classic theater girl in me is, like, saying Beauty and the Beast live on stage just because it's such a classic. So the musical theater geek in me is, like, Beauty and the Beast. But the also musical theater geek in me is Finding Nemo. But the songs are so good in Finding Nemo. So either one, whatever one you go to, you're bound to have a good time. So go to one when you go to Animal Kingdom, and then the other when you go to Hollywood Studios. There, easy. Choice made. Number 13, your favorite parade or fireworks. So I've only ever seen Wishes, so obviously Wishes would come out on top. But for parades, I feel like that's a little bit easier for me to choose. My favorite parade is Festival of Fantasy. I can sit there and watch Festival of Fantasy all day. Like I said, there are so many great places in the park that you can watch it from. I've probably seen it from, I don't know, like 10 different viewpoints, and it's still good every time. Like, I've never had a place to watch it where I've been like, that's not, like, I didn't like that angle of Festival of Fantasy. No, it's always good, always. So, Festival of Fantasy, plus I can never get that song out of my head. Like, now that I said Festival of Fantasy, it's playing in my head over and over and over again. Question number 14 is, what is your favorite pavilion in Epcot? So I broke this down into two categories. The first being, what is your favorite aesthetically? So, aesthetically, I love the France Pavilion. I like to just sit and listen to the language. I speak French. I took French for like 7 years, and so I just love being in that environment, and I've never been to France actually, so it's kind of like my substitute France. This food in the bakery, or the boulangerie, smells so, so good. So it's just a great place to sit and rest and take really cute pictures. The second category is what pavilion could I spend the most time in? And that's Japan, hands down. I love Japan. I love being in the store in Japan. I love the drums that come out and play. I just love Japan. So it's good that my two favorite pavilions are pretty close to each other, so I could just hop back and forth from each one. Those are my favorite pavilions in Epcot. Number 15, what color is your MagicBand? I mostly go for the pink MagicBands. As you could see, 3 pink MagicBands. I wish I could tell which MagicBand was from what trip. I'm sure if I looked up the numbers, I could. On my My Disney Experience app, maybe. But ain't nobody got time for that. So, this one was obviously from my graduation trip. When I graduated, I put a little sticker on there that has my monogram and a little Mickey with a graduation cap on. Oh, this one was for my 17th birthday. See, I'm smarter than I think. I wrote on the inside, because you can personalize them, Savanah 17, so this is from my 17th birthday trip. It's a pink one. And then this one must have been from my very first trip to Disney World in 2014. And then I also have 2 green MagicBands. One of these is from when we went for my cousin's graduation. She wanted the pink one for her graduation, so I let her get the pink MagicBand, and I got the green one. For the trip in 2014, we broke it up into 2 hotel stays, so when we switched to the beach club, I got the green MagicBand. So I have 2 greens and 2 pinks, but for my Disney College program, I went ahead and bought the Millennial Pink MagicBand. I'm so excited to use this. This is the first MagicBand 2.0 version I've ever gotten, because these are all just the old ones. But I'm really excited for it. Like I said before, I love Millennial Pink. And if you watched last week's video, this was actually on my, to get my wish list, so my merch wish list, and I just went ahead and ordered it because there was free shipping on the Disney Store for Disney Parks items. So I just went ahead and splurged, and now I'll have it when I go down there, and I can link my ID to it. So, very excited for that. So, it's been a mixture of green and pink, but now it's officially going to be millennial pink. Number 16 is, what is your favorite character to meet? And I'm sure you guys already know, this is Tiana. I absolutely love meeting Tiana. It's always such a good experience whenever I meet her, and we always get a super cute picture. And then I would have to say, like I said, I'm indecisive, so I really like meeting Gaston also. It's always a hoot and a holler when you go and meet Gaston, because he's so over the top and so dramatic, and it's just a really fun interaction meeting him. So, Tiana or Gaston. Number 17, a character that you haven't met yet but want to. So, you guys already know that I have some rare characters that I want to meet, but I'm going to go with like a mainstream character that is in the parks a lot of the times, and that's Blue. The Jungle Book isn't like my favorite movie ever. I actually played Blue in a musical of the Jungle Book in, oh boy, 2012, and I actually won a national award for my performance as Blue. I'll insert the picture right here of me in costume. So, I don't know, I just think it'd be fun to meet Blue, and so I don't know if you guys watch Disney Parks bloopers, so one of my favorite bloopers is when he runs into the trash can, and he tries to play it off and like berate the trash can. It's very funny, so I think that'd be fun to meet him, and yeah. And finally, we've come to the end of the Walt Disney World tag, and number 18 is, what is your favorite Disney memory? I have so many memories, it is really hard to just choose one, so I can't really pick my favorite Disney memory, but I'll give you one of them, and it was when I went for my 17th birthday. We were in Animal Kingdom, and I pin traded with one of the guys in the Dinoland gift shop, and he was like, wait here a minute. Sorry, I think I just got stung by a bee. Did that just happen? Who knows? I may have just gotten stung by a bee. Georgia. I don't know. Did I? I really might have. Where's the bee? Shoot. Where is this bee? I can't find it anywhere. There's a bee here somewhere, and it stung me. Heard it here first, folks. I got stung by a bee. Fun. We were in Animal Kingdom in Dinoland, and I was in the gift shop trading pins with the cast member, and a line started to form behind me to check out. So I traded, and then he said, oh, wait right here, because I was wearing my 17th birthday button. And he said, wait right there, so I waited, and it was kind of a long wait, and I was like, should I still be waiting here? So I kept waiting, because I didn't really have anything planned. My mom and my brothers were looking around the store, so I just kept waiting, and finally he checked out the other people, and he dialed something on the phone, and he's like, someone wants to talk to you. And so he gave me the phone, and it was Goofy, and he was wishing me a happy birthday. And it was so sweet and so kind, and it really just made my day in Animal Kingdom. Alrighty guys, so that is the end of this tag. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you real soon. Bye! Le meilleure nourriture. Oh no. So the first time is, when was the first time? For the first time in forever, I may remember how to speak. What? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm like